godt med lyd. Nå må jeg selvfølgelig bare teste. Oi, så på det. Nå må jeg selvfølgelig bare teste da. Sette musikkvolumet. Altså, det gjør jo ikke noe om det sånn. Så bare sette den sånn for meg, så burde det gå fint. Ok, så skal vi se. Da må jeg bare se om jeg får det registrert. Det står live, indeed. Ok, så. Det står live. Da må jeg bare teste at lyden fungerer. På mobilen her. Ok, så lydene litt høyt med regnet. Så jeg skal sette ned effektene litt annet. Sette ned ambient og UI-volumet sånn. Så ok, vi tester det nå. It's always a bit strange trying to test out the settings of the audios because, I mean, rain is nice. It's nice ASMR stuff, but, Got tea stuck in my throat. Okay, I'm just gonna check it now. Yeah, okay, that seems better. Okay, that seems better. I'm just gonna turn off the audio of that. Go live. Okay, so indeed, welcome indeed, ladies and gentlemen, to this lovely streaming time. It is the Tuesday, the 26th of May, and I planned on streaming earlier today, but I fell asleep on my bed after I went to a chiropractor, and the result was quite, well, sleepy. Yes, sleepy fine. Perfect analogy. Okay, so, oh good lord, Heli 2 has not a lot of development. And I forgot how much Heli 2 lives up to its name in terms of how many mountains and rivers. I mean, it looks cool, the map is really cool, it's just these expansions are going to be a nightmare. Probably this way here is going to be the first planned expansion, because it doesn't matter if this one is in the way, because I can technically just build, let's say, like this, and have houses there, and mountains with the, what do you call it, tunnels through it. So it should be good. Now the question is the audio good? I think the audio quality is good. Again, I'm just gonna have to test it again because I don't have a secondary screen, so I gotta use the phone and see. Okay, so I'm just gonna, at least for my own personal preference, I'm just gonna turn down the, like the music is fine-ish, but the effects need to go a little bit more down. Just for my personal preference, there we go. Okay, so at least just turn it on again and see what happens. Okay, so what exactly do we have? Oh, we need clothing. I don't have any clothes. The amount of stored clothes is gone, but we should be able to rebuild from this. We have, let me see, 1, 2, 3 households that are still up and running and can produce children. The other 2 houses is a 9-year-old boy, well, he is the happiest boy ever, and a massively depressed 6-year-old, massively depressed 3-year-old, and a father which is holding it together well for his children. A true trooper there, indeed. Okay, so I got a 5-year-old child, 6-year-old child, both are girls. There's a 9-year-old boy, so one of these girls can move in with him once the time is right. A 3-year-old boy and a 2-year-old child. Okay, so it's gonna be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 5 more seasons, or 6 seasons until I can actually really expand. So that's gonna be interesting to see. I am really tempted to just start it again, but I want to commit to it. I want to see if I can actually make this, because I'm so used to playing on a map which is just flat, no mountains, nothing. And see if we can at least get a sprawling city up. If we can get at least a population of 200 in this town, I feel that's a good goal to get, at least in the beginning. So at least we're getting fish from this. How are we doing with the forest lodge? Okay. Wait, what happened to the Libra? Wait, did someone die? No, they died of starvation, but we got one builder. Wait, what is that builder building? Wait, oh, right, is the builder, hang on, where's the builder? Ah, okay, he's building roads, fair enough, okay. I'm just gonna go on a limb and hope I don't lose my teacher. But again, I don't know. The problem also is that yes, it's going to be a challenge for me to see if I can survive this, but at the same time, will it be entertaining? I suppose it depends on, I mean, what is your reason for watching a Banished livestream? Banished isn't exactly Overwatch game or Counter-Strike and stuff like that, so I suppose if you first and foremost come into a stream to watch someone play Banished, I don't think you usually go ahead to watch for the suspense and the action. It might be, well, cozy, relaxing and exciting to see someone, you know, play it for the fun of it, but I think in general, I don't know. But we are going to need more clothing because we don't have any clothes. Luckily it's spring though. We should be able to get... No. Well, I don't actually need people there. I want more people on food actually. And I'll just stop that. Now we should have enough trees at the moment, and the trees will grow themselves due to the mod I have. Because if I remember correctly, I do have the better fields is enhances stock fields, orchards and pastures, flatlands terrain. Let me see, what did I have? I had something. Wait, I didn't have for trees. That's what I had. Hang on. Yeah, tree growth and life. Increase the rate of tree growth by 4 times and extends the lifespan by 4 to match in order to prevent deforestation by trees dying faster than they can reseed. Yes, okay. So I mean, the base game of Banished when it first came out is impressive since it was just one person building, like making the game. But mods is what truly saves it. Tweaking here and there so you can find what you like in terms of game style. So I like the base game. I did try this one gigantic mega mod where like Banished is, what is it, 200 megabytes, and the mod was like 1 gigabyte, like considerably larger, and it ended up being a lot of professionals. It's really cool, but it was so much to get into that I did have fun, but I liked the game because of its simplicity, because of its, well, calmness, of its coziness, basically. Let me see. Just gotta... Okay. So the audio seems to be good. That's fantastic. Things seems to be back on track. We have enough firewood to survive. How are we doing clothing? How have you not made clothes yet? Wait, what? No, we have 10. Okay, we have 10. I'm considering turning it off now because we have 10 coats. And putting one on the hunter cabin. That should give us plenty of food. And I just have to fluctuate back and forth and alternate between each setting so that I can get roads, I can have people gather food and stuff for me. And we have 257 fish in the storage barn. Starting to go down in terms of the food here, but most of them seem to have a bit of fish and onion. I should just demolish this one, because people will usually go to this place to get food instead of to the storage barn, which is actually pretty decently stocked. But I don't really want to remove it though, because it is useful to have it. But the problem again, if I'm gonna have to place down something, I will consider to place down the marketplace here or something, because that'll allow me to have like a bridge over there, bridge down there. Houses can be built along the shoreline here, and I don't know. Oh, thank you, man. Really nice of you to say that. Yeah. No. What do you say, honey? Wait, you say you're playing Banished and 2 women got a kid? Are you sure that it didn't transfer from a different house? Wait, Banished? But how is that even, like, wait, what? Wait, did they play like the stone goddess, or like, do you have a mod or something? That sounds weird, I never experienced that. Huh, interesting. Banished managed to surprise you every day. Go drink some of that tea. The Spiffing Brit would be proud. If you haven't watched it already or haven't heard of him yet, so go check out also the Spiffing Brit on YouTube. He makes fantastic exploitation videos of video games, how to break and exploit stuff. I don't really think Banished is a game that you can exploit a lot unless you count the trading post. It's basically the economy in Banished is... It is interesting, to say the least. The economy in Banished is weird, is that a lot of the items that you create in the game will be worth 1. So let's say you want 1 apple, it's going to cost you 1 cabbage. But my cabbages! But if you, let's say, want to buy 2,000 cabbages and you have firewood in this game is worth by default 4. So if I want 4 cabbages, I only need to pay 1 firewood. So if you can manage to get up a firewood production facility and just spam out infinite amounts of firewood because of your forest lodges, you strip mine the areas for trees, you can essentially just end up getting so much firewood you can just buy whatever you want whenever the reserve of stone is low. What do you mean the reserve of stone is low? Wait. Oh, right, I forgot. Okay, I'm gonna turn you off now and have you manually gather stuff. Okay, so hopefully now it's shorter to go here to deposit food. Wait, are people still going to this place to buy? Oh, for the love of... Really? Yes. I haven't actually seen that much of Avatar yet. I've seen the like memes of like my cabbages and to the 3rd or 4th episode, but I always wanted to see it. But I need to borrow the DVD collection from my brother and see what happens there, because from what I've seen, it's an amazing show. And also, I think, you know, Legend of Korra is the next one after Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it takes place like years after. I can't quite remember since I haven't seen it, obviously. Wait a minute, if there are 8 amounts of stored clothing... Right, I'm a fool. Hide coats. I'm so used to show a little bit of... Hang on, I just gotta... Heli 2, gotta save it manually here. To show a little bit of what I want to be able to achieve, I want to be able to do what I do with this save called Clewisp. And I... like, it is a bit flexing, but to show that I do know how to play this game. I generally do when I actually have enough time. I don't stress, I don't try to be, well, entertaining. And, for example, instance this. I started here, and I started with the easy setting, where I started out with a few houses, but forgive me. And I have now, let's see, several expansions. As you can see in the minimap in here, you can see there are several protrusions of buildings in the map here. So if you go down here, you suddenly have a larger expansion of houses, homes. I even have a stone quarry with... Oh, Oh my, that's a lot of stone. Wait, did I turn these guys? Oh, how much have they mined? Ah, approximately 140 every year. It's one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. Yeah, I mean, it looks amazing though. But yeah, so I've been sectioning each expansion into areas where I have the farming district of houses next to it, storage barns strategically placed around so they can easily... Oops. I didn't mean to do that. And then, you know, grid networks of roads so they can more easily go around someplace. I have strategically placed pastures so that if one of the pastures develop infestations, I can just transfer them over to different pastures. I have chapels and cemeteries, hospitals, and the town hall where you can have all the statuses and production inventories graphs to see how people live and stuff like that. You can have nomads moving in. I have orchards where I can grow apples and just so much storage. I have designated areas. This, for example, place is a place I haven't built yet. People haven't moved in here yet. It's just basically placed down all the production buildings and stop them from working. And then once I get enough citizens, I can just start building a lot of houses. And people move in, I can immediately start using this area. And even a mine over here with lots of production facilities. Over here is my latest expansion where I have a lot of houses now because I had 57 nomads, so I could just start to spam up a lot of houses to get people to move in. And so far I'm actually really happy with the results of what I make it look like, because once I get all the expansions up and running, I can start fill in the gaps, have lots and rows of houses, and eventually, once I get to a large enough mass of people, I need to start building a lot of trade posts, because the trade posts will then allow me to sustain the population that otherwise can't sustain itself eventually if I want to get over 1,000, 2,000 citizens. So it's an interesting game of balancing, trying to keep as many people alive and not. And back here now to Helitu, which is way less impressive with 8 adults because I lost a lot of people, 1 student and 8 children. Once I get those 8 children, I will be able to get 16 adults, or 17 adults actually. So is this like a city building game? It looks really interesting. Yeah, it's sort of like a... How to put it? Like, I'm giving it a lot of leeway here, but... like a Minecraft survival city skyline sim city kind of thing, where you're in the wild. If you don't pay attention, as we saw in the previous video, several people starved to death. The first hell, well, everyone died, and it is a city building game in terms of that you need to first get up houses where people can live. You need to get up the basic essential stuff they need to survive through a winter, such as tools, food, firewood to keep themselves warm, schools for students so they can be educated and won't die due to stupidity. I mean, I had someone die in a forest, say they died from an accident with an axe to the head. So they basically just ended up being... I suspect foul play of murder, but, you know, again, if it was an accident with an axe, the pun. I'm not joking. You can certainly see, like, Jatina was killed by an axe to the head, or, like, accidentally got killed by an axe, and then she needs to be replaced with someone else. Or Jatina ate, as a gatherer, she ate a poisonous berry and died. Or hunting cabin, Reza was mauled by a bear or something like that. And if you work in like certain industries, you can die from. So, for example, the forester can die from axes to the head. Builders can fall down ladders. Gatherers can die from like poisonous berries. I think the miner or stonecutter can die from like rocks falling on top of them, because when they are trying to like mine out rocks and stone. I don't think you can die from anything if you're a cleric or like a priest, but I haven't really experienced that yet. And of course, being a herbalist is also very useful to have. Less people will die then, but again, a hospital is useful to get up, but okay. But yes, I really want to one time, once I get a hold of a good editing software, to make a Banished video where I talk about like a build order. And well, actually try to. Yay, we got 2 students now. Fantastic. Charlo has become a student. Oh, hey! Here's what I'm talking about. Here's what I'm talking about. Okay, so who moved in? Okay, so we had Michaelan, the 7-year-old student from the house 2 down below, moved in with Collison. And once Michaelan becomes, I think it is 12 or 14, she will no longer be a student and become an adult, and once they become 14 or 15, they will be old enough to then fornicate and do the goody stuff in the bedroom, which shall not be mentioned here on YouTube, otherwise I might get demonetized. Well, I haven't monetized my videos. I am not eligible to put ads on it. Hang on, I can say sex. I'm allowed to do that. I think he got murdered. How does someone get an axe to the head by mistake? I mean, it's possible, but unlikely. Yeah, I mean, I can understand if there's like 2 people chopping down a tree together and one of them doesn't pay attention and then suddenly whack an axe to the head. But the problem is that I usually just have one person in the beginning working in the Forester Lodge, which means that either he or she is one of the dumbest people I've ever encountered, and they did us a service by removing themselves from the gene pool, because if you manage to kill yourself by an axe to the head, like, first of all, if you try to do it deliberately, you don't have much preservation skills or self-preservation skill, and that is bad. Or someone else came and just, hey, can I take a look at the axe? Oh, sure, and whack, and, well, that means we got a murderer in the town, which is not good. But I haven't killed anyone else, so maybe. But hang on, how old are these people? 10, 7, 21, 21. Like, so the oldest person in this town are these 3 21-year-olds. Oh my lord! Imagine if, when I was 21 years old, I mean. Oh, good lord, I would not have been in a good position to try to run the town. Ho, ho, ho. Yes. So, we got that going for us. So, in the beginning, it's just basic waiting, because if I hadn't lost these people to starvation, it would have gone much faster, but I will stick to my guns, and or whatever the term in English is, and see how this goes, because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 households that can produce children. Arving, the 20-year-old with his lonely son, Wellington. Is it possible to have a serial killer in town? No, the game developer hasn't at least developed that into the game, at least not as far as I know. But you can have, if you don't educate people and put kids through the schoolhouse to make students, you will eventually have a lot of people just dying due to the gatherers don't know which berries to pick, so they eat poisonous berries, several axes to the head, mauled by bears, drown, they can burn themselves, they can just coat themselves in leather and just perish, they can get stones falling over them, or just generally die from childbirth. So you can certainly have, like, if you're really lucky and the RNG just, pardon the expression, but screws you over, you can start, let's say, if you have 100 people, suddenly 50 people die just from sheer stupidity. And I never had that happen a lot. I just had, like, one save when I first started playing Banished where I lost, like, 10 people in a row because 2 died to berry poisoning, 2 died to axes to the head, 1 fell down a ladder, several people died to childbirth, and I was like, what is going on? So, yeah. I'm gonna... The heavy limit is good. Oh, good lord. But this is actually good. Now that the storage barn is full, the storage barn is gonna fill up, and they will have a lot of food to pick from. Yes. Ah, yes, tea. Tea is the lifeblood. We still got only 1 laborer. I could turn down the gatherer hut limit, but I don't want to do that. I'll wait 1, like, through the next autumn, and then I can stop this person, and then I can have 2 gatherers gathering in more resources. And I like to keep like some plants around eventually, but I also like to just keep things tidy around my main settlement. So in the beginning, I like to strip mine everything to get a clear view, so that I can see how I want to build stuff in the future, because I usually love to place down planning of how I want to build stuff and expand once I get enough people. This game sounds really difficult. The game is, how to put it, the learning curve of the game is sort of like a really steep incline, but it's almost like, it's very like, this is not going to age well, but it's like the coronavirus curve. It's like, if you do very good curving, you can end up having a very high curve in the beginning, but then it flattens out, because once you get to 60 to 100 people living in your town, it is really easy to just plan new expansions. It is really easy to just plan new people, building houses, and just get into the flow of things, because in the beginning you just need to play the long game. You just need to plan and be patient, which I wasn't in the beginning, as evidently since people starved to death. And we don't talk about the first hell. So, in the beginning, the game isn't the worst in the fact that, you know, yes, it is difficult, but unless you have insanely bad RNG, and if you turn off natural disasters, stuff like fires and tornadoes and like things like that won't happen. So it's easy to survive then, and if something happens, it is technically then, well, your fault. I'm at no fault at all though. Like, everyone just we don't remember these 7 people that have died. But yeah. In the beginning, I recommend, at least the general build order is getting up houses so people can live, getting up a woodcutter, and a gatherer's hut. Then you have food, then you have firewood to survive, because they can gather food throughout 24/7 all year round. So you can get onions, mushroom roots, and berries, which will give a general good sense of like nutrition value. If you also want to, and you want to go for a base build, you can also get a fishing dock if you're very close to water, like I started out with, and you can get generally good fish. I have a mod so I get more fish per fishing dock, because I felt that the vanilla game fishing yield was very low. And after that, I really recommend getting a school for a good long-term investment plan, because if I don't have a school, these kids will already become adults. If I remove the teacher now, this one will become an adult, this one will become an adult, and I will then suddenly have 2 extra adults, but they can't move in together because they are under 7 or 8, and they can't fornicate, so there's no point. I'd rather have them just be more efficient once they become like in the game adults. And once you get that, and you have the basic income of food, you have enough like firewood to survive, then I would recommend getting a hunting cabin, because you also get venison, but you also get leather, which is going to be useful for when you get a tailor and blacksmith, because tools and clothing will also be useful. If you don't have houses, people will freeze to death during the winter, but like the problem is that if you run out of tools, if it takes you 1 minute to build a building with tools, it will now take you 15 minutes to build a house without tools. So it's also always recommended to have tools available. Clothing, if they don't have clothes, they will most likely during winter just go over here, chop down 1 tree and go back because they're freezing. Whilst they have clothing or hide coats, they kind of go over here, do some work back and forth, and then go back home. So you get more efficiency by having them clothed and tooled, and of course food keeps them sated. Once you get these basic buildings up and running, and the gatherer's hut, I can recommend also getting a herbalist, because that acts as a mini, a mini hospital, until you can get the real hospital up and running. And you don't technically have to do it, but I like to get a cemetery afterwards, because if people die and they will then be put in the cemetery, and people won't, the happiness level won't go down. I don't know enough about the technicalities of the game to know if people work less efficient if they become less happy, but I like to just keep people happy at least to an extent so that I can, well, ensure they don't walk around depressed, because I know that feeling. It's not exactly fun, I can tell you. Oh, tea. Oh, lovely. Let me see. Okay. At the moment, we are just waiting, and now we have 2 students. Wait. Yeah, Charlo has become a student. Okay. We now have a lot of stone. Wait, why do we have a lot of stone? Wait, that doesn't make sense. Fair enough. Okay, so we have a lot of leather at the moment. We have venison there, a lot of venison. Are people stocking? Okay, so I've run out of firewood. We are at the early spring though. But I'm gonna turn off one gatherer, get one back to the woodcutter so we can get more firewood just in case. So I don't want to suddenly find myself without firewood during the winter, because during the spring and summer they don't use firewood, so, or at least not as much, so it's easy to stock up on firewood during the summer months. So now we just have to wait and see what happens. I also love this little effect here, is that during spring the trees will start to have like bright green colors, and as it becomes like summer, it will turn more green. I really like that. Like it's those small effects like that, like you have pine trees, and then I think that is due to the whiteness of the bark, tree bark. It's birch. Yeah, depression can be really dangerous. Yeah. What annoys me the most about depression is the fact that it can be so mentally draining. It just saps you of all life force and just the will to, like, I luckily never had the feeling of wanting to do anything, you know, to myself, thank goodness, but in my instance I just end up staring blankly at a wall with a what do you call it, resting bitch face, and I just look like the world has fallen down, which at the time it feels like it. But I mean, luckily, it is very nice to know that, you know, there are a lot of options in terms of that you can seek help in terms of therapist. I mean, I go to a therapist, and it's really nice because when I first started seeing someone, I thought that, oh no, they're gonna just tell me what I need to do to fix my life. But I was surprised to see that they listen to you and ask you the questions so you find out what you need to do yourself. In a nutshell, there are a lot of different ways. My experiences don't necessarily reflect every single therapist and stuff like that though. But I really like the ones I've experienced so far, and it's a really nice way to talk about stuff and get new perspectives on things in life. Okay, so we are currently 2 students. I don't have enough dudes though. I need to wait until I get this dude, Sorrenton or Wellington, so I can have them move in with Charlo, and then Madurathi can move in with either Sorrenton or Wellington. So in 3 or 4 seasons I will be able to get more houses up and running, so that's good. And right now I just have to stock up on food, bide my time, wait and see. We now have enough fish. I'm going to turn off this one here because 800 fish is more than enough, and hopefully I can also empty the storage barn a little bit. I am planning also later putting down a marketplace here, I think, because it could look cool getting some bridges, extra bridges over here. I suffer from PTSD and depression, but I guess gaming can be a great help because I don't have to overthink a lot. Yeah, I mean, I like that about video games, is that you have a way to escape a bit. I mean, video games helped me a lot when I was younger because it helped me focus on something else. It made me feel like I managed to, you know, achieve a lot of things because video games give you that sense of accomplishment, the sense of pride and accomplishment. Not like EA. Okay, so I am going to see, let me see. Okay, so this one here have the sphere of influence up to there. Okay, so where would I want my next expansion though? I guess I could go here, but I would need to. No, I think I should go here as I planned because there's a lot of more open area here. So I'm thinking, so there won't be too much distance to go here. Thinking to do it like, since there's a mountains, let's see. But yeah, video games can help a lot if you have a hard time dealing with things to use. Well, find trick in your life. It shouldn't replace, you know, talking about things and having someone to confide in, so you can, you know, get it out. But it can be a good way to deal with it as the troubles arise, though, so to speak. Okay, so I'm considering getting a marketplace. Let's see. I'm not going to do anything with it yet, but I just want to see if I want to plan expansions. I am thinking, see here, I'm going to pause that so I can see the pause mark and the square. And I can now see that the sphere of influence will be there, down to there. So if I want to place a new marketplace, I'm planning it to be... I can get it here though. Hang on, can I build a tunnel here? I don't think so. I'm just gonna check. No, if we're gonna build a tunnel, I'm gonna have to build a tunnel there, and there. Okay, so but that's not the worst though. So I could get a marketplace. Is it? The marketplace is there. So I get a marketplace on the other side of the tunnel. Yes. Yeah, EA have gone downhill through the LTS. Yeah, that's an understatement. I lost complete faith in EA, sadly. I mean, I really want to buy the Star Wars, what do you call it? Jedi Fallen Order. It looks like a really solid game, a single-player game that actually really sounds amazing. But it's still a bit too pricey for me because, you know, money in these testing times is a bit risky. Okay, so there, I'm going to want to have one. See, that was there, so if I have that one, yeah, that sounds good. There, and pause that. This is basically just so I can see where I want to expand in the future. So the next expansion will most likely be to the left, then the next expansion will be down, and then I can go to this one. So I won't do anything more for now because if I want to then plan building, I'm gonna have to put down roads, but that means that my laborers, or I have to assign them as builders, will then start to go down here and start building roads over here, but that will take a lot of time and I would rather have more resources instead. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna put it back on again. I have enough fish, I have more people. Okay, so now I'm just gotta wait again. Lots of venison. People seem to be... Okay, clothing is starting to load again, so I'm gonna have more clothing. Herbs are good. Now then, where would a good place be to have the... Well, I think it could be nice having it... well, it could be nice having the trader here. The question is... Do I put it... Well... Could do like that. The question is, how does it look? Well, it's right next to storage barn and stockpile, so that wouldn't look too bad. Yeah, because there wouldn't be a good way to get him around here due to the... Yeah, the roads would need to go around like that. So then I would technically consider this place better, because then I can just go around, boink, in, and fix stuff. Yeah, if I want to have a trading post, I think I'm gonna have it there instead. Let me see. Yeah, it's not too far. And while I wait for that, I'm going to do that because I just like the symmetry of that, because I think it looks nice having a framework around the workplace. I put a builder over to... Oh, nice! We have a new child. Gloridan. Gloridan. Where's Gloridan? Good lords. Gloridan, the woman, has been born. The girl. I mean, it is a woman as well, but... Okay. Okay, let me see. How much food are we getting from 2 people? Not too bad. We still have this and... mushrooms, venison, roots, onions, berries. Yeah, okay, so it is decent enough now. I mean, mushrooms, roots, onion. Everything alright, honey? Okay, and I could recommend them to just try to press demolish the house button if you want them to move out, and just cancel the demolish button, and then they will move back in. I mean, you're allowed to do that, of course, but... wait a minute, why do I have 1 builder and 1 labor? Okay. Now we should have enough stone to build these stone roads. And it has really helped to get the mods so that they move fast on the stone roads, because otherwise it would take years to get them to move around. In the vanilla game, I had to get my city expansions closer, but I feel that once I actually got the roads to go 50% faster, I can actually do this to get this like the blue spheres of influence to be roughly fairly apart from each other, so that I can have a better spread of the cities. So you will certainly then have like small no man's lands, but I consider the fact that since a year is so fast in the game, I consider like this to be like this is going to be like a one big town / city place. And then this is going to be like, this sphere is going to be like one town. This sphere is going to be like one town. This will, so it will, like in Norway, you have like several small towns separated, and they are technically their own towns or municipalities, I think it's called in English. Yeah, kommuner. So I am considering doing a stream in Norwegian one time in the future. But then again, I'm not sure how popular that would be, since I've been streaming and making videos in English for so long. I suppose there is a niche market for that, but I would have to test things out. Then I would have to up my streaming schedule, so 1 stream a week that is English and 1 stream a week that is Norwegian. That could work, but we'll have to see what happens there. I would then have to find different games or make different saves, because otherwise, if I play Banished on the same level, and 1 time in Norwegian, 1 time in English, that would make it weird. Yeah, oh, that's really cool. You could see the leaves remove or fall or disappear from the trees. That's really cool. So there's not too many trees there yet. Do we have built the roads here now? Yes, we have. So I'm going to turn you off. I'm going to turn you back onto plant, and 1 person there. So you can hopefully plant more trees and have the person remove more of the stone in this area, along with the iron, because then I can plant more trees, which is good. Then I can get more food. Food is good. Food is nice. Food is everything. Shit. Now I want food. The store closes in 45 minutes. I can wait. I can make soup. No, it's okay. I can make soup later. Make some noodle soup and beans. And I have this like weird thing where I'm gonna sound like such a I'm such a poor boy, nobody pours me, but I'm such a poor boy, nobody porks me. but I like to make like this chicken or beef noodle soup that you can buy at the store for like half a pound or like 5 Norwegian kroners, like very cheap noodle soups. And then I add like mashed potato powder in it, so it becomes like thicker. And then I add a box of tomato beans and stir it around. And nutritional value's sake, the beans are the things that give me the proteins. The rest is basically just a brick in your stomach, but it tastes good. I mean, at least I think so. But be warned though, if you ever want to try to make that yourself, I will be surprised if you do, but you need to put the pot that you make the amalgamation of food in water the moment you're done eating, because if you let it sit for too long, it will like dry up and turn into solid stone, which makes it a tactical nightmare to clean it out. And I learned that the hard way. Okay, so now we got 625 wood. I'm going to turn off here, so we should survive now through this winter and the next. I will then have 2 laborers to work and do stuff. And what I want to do now is that I won't build... Now that I think about it... Hang on a minute. Is that... Oh, ocean. That is not good. Right, hang on. I'm just gonna see. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Okay, so I'm gonna do something called a pro game move, and I'm just gonna whip. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do. Well, I can do. Hang on. Okay, so hang on. Just gotta... Come on. There we go. I mean, that works. And it's technically better to just do that. And do in like so. But I can do this. Ooh, never mind. I'll rather do it like that then. And hang on, I can just do... Well, I mean, I can do that. That works. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, so then I get several roads, and I can also do... If you hold shift down while you try to build roads, you can make them go like sideways. Okay, so with that, I'm going to assign 1 builder, and we are now into early spring. Still 783 fish. These fish have the best expiration date I've ever seen. 239 venison. We have 42 coats. I'm going to turn off here and turn on here so we can get more tools, because we're down to 8 tools. I'd rather keep it above 10, at least in the early stages of the game. Later I can get 300, 400, 500 tools, it doesn't matter, and I can sell that later. Still at 2 students. Gloridan was born here. Tristanley, who gave birth to Tristanley? Gee, these 2 houses are really good at fornicating. In other words, having sex. Another dude, that's good. This house has just produced boys all around. Wow, Elishan, you have... that's really fun, because a lot of times throughout history, it has been a fun fact of that. A lot of time kings and important people, as they call themselves, would sometimes blame women or their wives because, you can't give me a male offspring, you must off with your head. But it turns out now, from at least what I could read about genetics and stuff like that, it's actually the male sperm that is responsible to decide more or less whether or not it becomes a boy or a girl. Which means that if you just keeps getting women or girls over and over again, it is technically the man's fault, and it shouldn't, but that's wrong also, because it's not your fault. It's actually a blessing to get boys or girls, it doesn't matter. Wholesomeness the whole way around. But yeah, that's a fun fact for you. So when, I think it was Henry VIII? No, yeah, and he just constantly blames no one can give me a male offspring, what the hell is going on? It basically was his own fault, because his sperm was not good enough. So, welcome to RuneNorse Banished history lesson, where we talk about fantastic new did you know fun facts. I mean, I work as a substitute teacher, so I mean, I do have a lot of random trivia that I've learned throughout the years. So yeah. Also, for example, instance that we speculate that the reason why we can live on Earth is because an asteroid, or is it an asteroid or meteor? I can't remember the name of it, if it hits Earth. It's basically a gigantic rock in space hit Earth and tilted us, which gave us the way we circle around the Sun, which now gives us seasons, because if we hadn't, the Earth tilted and rotates the way it does, we would never have seasons, which means that one side would always face like constantly the sun. In terms of that, there would always be like winter and summer in one place, or the temperatures would be more or less the same every year. So like the equator would have nice warm or like really hot temperatures, and then the north and south would just be constantly cold, or the other way around. I can't remember. But yeah, it's just really weird to just think about how just random chance created the point of humans can exist here on Earth. And yeah, random trivia and random stuff. And also the fact that, you know, the brain named itself. We're just controlling a skeleton that is basically like a exoskeleton with flesh around it, and we're trapped inside of our skull. Yes, these are very nice ways of telling us that our brains are weird. And it's so consistently odd as well that, you know, the brain is so just like a biomechanical machine. Electrical signals, if you just send wrong signals into the brain, you can hallucinate or see things, or just take one type of wrong drug. If you go 3-4 days without sleep, you start to hallucinate. I did that once. It wasn't fun. Mostly because it was a splitting headache that kept me awake. But after 3 days of just like 2 hours of sleep each night with intense headaches, the walls started to vibrate. And that is not generally a good sign. I would not recommend it. It is not fun because it scared the living hell out of me. Wait, where exactly is this person? Wait, hang on. Where are you? Are you kidding me? Are you building the... Why are you building the road from the... Like, I specifically started here and dragged it over there, so... Yeah, you're gonna notice that when you play Banished, the people in this game aren't exactly the brightest bunch. Wait, are you educated? You are educated! Domonica! Why the bloody fudge nuggets haven't you... calm blue oceans. Calm blue oceans. Banished, you say. Calming, relaxing, soothing game where nothing bad happens. Nothing bad indeed would ever happen in this game, where no one starves to death and everyone just goes to a fancy place at a hotel and eats lots of onions, roots, venison, berries, fish, and herbs. Well, time. Give it time. Ho ho. Yes. Okay, that's enough tools for now. Get back to work. I'm gonna need more people to work in the road building industry, because Domonica is a bit silly, if I may say so myself. But, you know, what can you expect from people that have been banished? Probably there was a good reason they were banished, so... Okay, so now we're at 5-year-old, 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 5-year-old... Ah, soon I can have 2 more houses. Oh, that's gonna be massively good. And then the expansions can begin solidly. I think I will then build houses somewhere on here. Hang on. Will the marketplace cover that? Yes, they will. The marketplace cover it. Medicaid for all. Ho 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 ho. See what it did there? Yes. I'm gonna have to remove these roads here though, but as a small price to pay. Small price to pay, I feel. So, are these fools still over here building? Wait, where are they? Wait, where are they? See, I can't see them through the trees. Wait, where are they? Wait, over here? Oh, there he is. What, who's this? Wait, what? Where is he? Oh, there we go. Who is it? Who is it? It's Irving! Hey! The single dad. Yep, he's still single. No, wait, what? Wait, Charlo was... Wait. Wait, Hadian? Oh no! Oh no, this is totally wrong! Oh no! No, 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 Irving! Irving, no, what are you doing? I know you're lonely, but... Wait. Yep. Charlo is not horribly depressed. It turns out our dear Arving, at the age of 22, has decided to have Charlo move in. And be his new partner? Yay, mechanics, yay! I do not promote this in real life. For goodness sake. This is a game mechanic. Do not fault me for this. But yeah. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 households that can, when she turns 14, they can have them do stuff, and yes. Anyway, nice weather today. Yes, yeah, head rain is good for the wheat. Not really, but you know. Yeah, the Banished game is a bit weird in how it pairs up people. It basically doesn't care about the age. As long as it can technically pair someone up, it will do it. So if Arving lost his wife, and he is 50 years old, an 8-year-old can technically move in and be the new partner. And... right. Well, game mechanics. Woohoo! So that's good. That's all nice and good. So now I just got a Cedo. I think the... what do you call it? Because I have been experimenting a little bit with the OBS streaming software and the Streamlabs, and I think the widgets will work eventually. I think that the subscribing noise will also work, but I have to check that again though, because I'm still trying to learn the stuff, because I've been lazy and, well, not technically lazy, I've just been, you know, struggling with the Norwegian social service system, because during these times I'm trying to get help from them, but they're being a little bit less forthcoming, to put it like that, which makes it a little bit hard getting, well, assistance in life. So yeah, we got that going for us. We got a lot of food here though, so... oh, that's the thing though, I don't need it yet. But I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, I'm going to do remove roads and remove roads and see what that does. And I'm going to increase priority so that people will do that. Okay. And once that is done, I'm going to at least lay down the foundation for it, because I should have the resources. 58 wood, yes. Wait, what? What the hell is it? Oh, right, hang on, just gotta chop down logs. Wait, that doesn't make sense. No, wait, it does, yeah, okay. Wait, I gotta harvest some trees. Yes, yes, that was a nice sound coming from my mouth. There we go. Okay. Marketplace. Going to be placed down. I will put it there. And yeah. And then we're going to do that. And this is just so it looks nice. The well next to the school. And symmetry. Symmetry all the way, stone roads. All that coincides with the church so well. It's gonna look a bit weird, the church right next to the marketplace, but you know what? I'm for it. I'm for it. I'll accept it. Usually I like to have the church a little bit further back and some extra stone areas, so it's like a congregation area where if it's nice weather outside, they don't have to sit inside. They can be outside and praise the lords and gods and deities that they might please. To get bountiful harvests. But then again, you know, it might vary in effectiveness. Yes. Oh, hang on, what's this? No, I have two... wait, why do I have two laborers? That doesn't make sense. Oh, wait, what's going on? Wait, hang on. Where is the guy that's actually building these roads? Fair enough. So now we just wait. More waiting. And, you know, waiting is not technically bad, it's just... That's the thing about Banished. You need to wait in the beginning, but, again, as I said at the early stages of the stream, like, I don't suppose people join the stream for the sake of seeing lots of action in the beginning. I think it's more like I sometimes enjoy putting these kinds of streams on and have them in the background because I like the first of all the sounds, the background noise, the talking of the streamer. For example, I love the Biffa plays games, I think it's called. He plays a lot of city skylines, and he makes fantastic videos like how to fix cities, making roundabouts, building roads, and really streamlining cities, making them look really pretty as well as effective. With some mods as well to help it streamline the movement of traffic and stuff like that. So like a lot of the times I just like it because the voice of the person doing the stream has a lot to do with it, and the audio quality, because as I've said time and time again, if you gotta choose if you want to make YouTube channels, and the great advice that I always try to follow is to go for audio quality before video quality. If you have a crappy like what do you call it, video camera, that's fine, it doesn't matter. A lot of times people won't really look that closely at your face, but they will listen to the audio quality. So sometimes I rely to watch the YouTuber Guile, Gyle, and he makes a lot of Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever video casts, or basically it's the same as a football match. He like a football commentator mentions what's going on, what's happening, so that people will see then what happens. And it's really fun because I sometimes, since I know the game so much now, I can just minimize the screen, and if I make dinner, I do something else, I fix something, I can just listen to the background and sometimes just peek at a video. Oh, okay, that's what happens. Now if I don't remember a bit what he's doing, it says, oh, on the right flank we see several Mantis warriors just running around. Oh, he's on the left flank. Oh yeah, that left flank. And then I can just zone out, and it's first of all, he has I'm really envious about the British voice. He has such like a British BBC radio voice that is just from the gods. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I really recommend checking out Guile on YouTube. And Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever is a really good strategy game as well. So I mean, it is a fun game. You can get it on Steam fairly cheap, I think. It's usually often on sales. I would recommend waiting for the like summer sales, the holiday sales, because then you can usually get it for cheap. And then you can download the Forge Alliance Forever client, or FAF or FAF. And then they have lots of mods. They have patched the game, like a fan-made Aeolus, where people can talk together and matchmake and make a set of games, play the campaigns, even new campaigns made by other players. And it's just amazing, the community that has come together there. So really hats off to a community like that, and people like Guile and others. I have some casting videos myself on my other channel, the Nordic RTS Report. So I mean, if you want to see some of the videos there, I can put the links in the description down below, of course, but I also recommend just the Nordic RTS Report is the other channel I have. Oh, shameless self-promotion. Oh hey. But again, it's my channel. I can do what I want. Well, almost. I'm still bound by law, but Norwegian jurisdictions and all that. Okay. Herbs have actually been... I can turn it to 400. Gatherer's Hut is getting in roughly 200-300 each. Yeah, this seems pretty good. They managed to get the food over here pretty well. So yeah. Okay, so now we are in the 7th year, and we got a 6-year-old, 6-year-old, 5-year-old, 5-year-old. Okay, so I'm gonna need to wait at least one or two more seasons, and then they can move together. They can usually move together at the age of 7, but I like to wait to the age of 8, because then I'm sure 8 or 9, because then I'm sure that they actually will move together. Otherwise, the game sometimes glitches out because, oh, they just turned 7. You don't want them to move together yet. And it's a bit weird. I don't understand the complete game mechanics behind it. But, yeah. So now I'm just waiting for them to lay down all these stone roads for some reason. I still don't understand why they do that, why they prioritize the stone roads. I can somewhat see the logic behind it, that they want these stone roads first, so it's easy to get to the place they want to build. But at the same time, it's a bit annoying if you're like, oh, I'm really stressed, put down a building, I desperately need insert resource, and then it starts like, I'm starving, now I'll go and make a road over here, but I'm starving. Like, it doesn't really make sense. But again, that's Banished. I mean, it is minimalistic in the terms of its game mechanics, but again, mods can fix that, and just I love the style of it, I love the look of it. I'm starting to like the layout of my small town. The river will separate some of it, but I can build houses along the shoreline here so that they can still work more easily. I can really recommend that. If you have houses close to the workplace, they can then get the food into the houses, go to work, back to the house if they need food, go to the storage barn if they need to deposit the resource, and go back again. So they, because now they have to, let's say, go from here and in here to the workplace, to the storage barn, back again, work, go back, eat food, go back, work to the store. So they have a longer way to go to work. So I can really recommend getting houses closer to the workplace and next to storage barn and stockpiles, placed in strategic locations. So yeah. Now we have placed down the stone. We have a lot of iron, so that's good. Trying to use some of that iron resource. I should have enough stone for the rest of the stuff as well. Now the question is, should I place down anything else? I'm going to tell the citizen to just start gathering resources here, because there's nothing better for him to do. And yeah, as long as I just keep out of that sphere of influence and keep it to the Stonewood area, that should be good, and nothing too much shady will come out of that. Oops, hang on. I'll stop collecting in that area. There we go. That's good. Okay. Well, actually, hang on. The sphere of influence goes there, so if I then have there, that works. It doesn't matter if those disappear then. And now this one will soon come up, and now the question is, should I invest in actually getting it up and running and actually have it worked on? It can help these people actually not be so dumb, and because a lot of times they just go here instead of, you know, if there's a lot of more food here, they will go to the nearest storage barn. So if there's only fish and onions, they will only get fish and onions for their homes, even though there are fish, onion, berries, herbs, roots and everything here. So the marketplace gathers all the necessary resources in one place. But then again, I will then go with one village down. I will almost get it up to like 90, and then I'll stop building it. And there we go. Okay, so I'll stop that and have them gather resources instead. Is the road built over here? No, it's not. But I have two people gather resources while one person build roads. It's still early summer. We have... yeah, we'll still survive here, and I'll just put one person on tools. Michaelan has yes, Michaelan has become an adult. Michaelan, oh wait, at 10 years old. Wait, Michaelan, are you educated? You are educated, and you're starting to become a little bit more happier. That is good. So Michaelan at the age of 10, it wasn't 12. Okay, then I was mistaken. So at the age of... wait, hang on, what does the mod say? I have the mod installed, doesn't it? 1 year, 1 year. At the age of 6, students stay in school for 9 years. What? I don't think this mod works completely. Villagers can marry and move together between the ages of 7 and 70. They can have babies between the age of 15 and 35. The max age varies between 50 and 80 years. Some slight adjustment to food consumption, hunger tolerant tools, plenty of work. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so, but that doesn't make sense why that person suddenly didn't... okay, I'm not going to question it. So we have one more laborer now. That's fantastic. Now we have a 6-year-old... a 6-year-old, 6-year-old. Okay, so now we have one more. Actually, now this is actually really good. Now we can turn this back on and build it and have one there, because then we have an extra laborer just in case the teacher dies, or we can have people gathering resources. So that is going to be good. So now I just need to do that. I'm going to turn that down to just one person, and boink. One person now will gather resources from these two places and these in stockpiles and the like. we now have someone making more tools. I'm just going to turn that up a little bit. The same with the clothing limits. We still have 41 clothes, so I shouldn't have the need to make more. Yeah. Okay. I got really scared for a second. All suddenly 30 coats disappeared, but it was just a guy putting him in the marketplace. Wait, who is the market vendor? It is Elishan. In Norway, 2 A's are or, the or sound, so Elishan. He's a 24-year-old vendor that is educated, fair in clothing and iron tools. Yeah, this is good. And that should help me with the resources, because then now eventually people will actually be healthy when they gather in enough food, and that should help the average health and the average happiness to get a lot of variety in the food selection. Yes, indeed. Yes, okay, so now I just need to wait for all these 5 students to become old enough to do stuff. So when they become 7-year-old, I will then wait a couple of months. So if they become, let's say, 7-year-old at early spring, I will wait until summer at least before I build a house, because sometimes the game isn't always following the mod entirely. I'm not sure if it is because I have conflicting mods, but I will have to take a better look at that at a different time. So, what was that, honey? What is the child's name? Terry. But does it say up in the left corner that there's a homeless person? Did you just like... Wait, what, did you just give birth to like the Antichrist or something? Okay. Yeah. My girlfriend is also playing Banished on her computer. I would love the Banished if there had been a mod for like multiplayer options, so that perhaps not play on the same map, but that when you placed down a trading post, you could connect each like player ID and manually send out a trader, so that once it left the map, it would come to the other player and with resources like, hey, I got these resources, do you need them, and what you want to give me for it. So if you, let's say, okay, if you give me tools, I can give you firewood because you need it, and stuff like that. So that would be a cool feature. There would probably be a bit of a lag because the boat usually goes like this speed, really slowly. Macallan's become an adult working labor because it's not used there. I thought I heard a sound, but I was mistaken. But yeah, also recently, it's amazing how I see now that we have 500 subscribers. I know it's at least, I would guess 300-400 of them are probably now dead accounts or ghost accounts that don't really notice that I exist anymore. But I'm still flabbergasted that even back when I made more content at a more steady pace, people actually followed me. And I'm really just happy that I've been able to, back then and now, I mean, for me, if even one person watches my videos and sees the content I create and like it, I feel that's a win. Sure, I mean, as with everyone, it would be cool to get like hundreds of thousands of views and likes and blah blah blah, but at the same time, I mostly do this as a hobby. Like, yeah, sure, if I could make money out of this and have it as a job, it would be cool, but at the same time, it sounds very stressful. I don't know what I would do with the responsibility if suddenly a lot of people looked up to me, because, like, yes, I like to be a nice person to people, but I would be scared very much of what to do if suddenly someone just like, hey, you're a cool guy, we're gonna ask you for life advice. But, like, no, please don't do that. Like, my advice is, like, it's not bad, but it's not good either. I'm bashing myself a lot here now, I know, but I just don't want to be a burden on people. And I know I'm not in most cases, but it still makes me like self-conscious that I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable with their life. Okay, I'm gonna have 2 laborers now because the roads have been built from what I can see. Yeah. So this is good. I'm going to I'm gonna need a storage barn there. I'm gonna pause that. And the same with the... Yep. I'm gonna do like that. As the stockpiles, they will just remove eventually by themselves, so it doesn't matter. I think so, at least. I can't remember. Let's see. I was going to wait. 6-year-old, 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 6-year-old. So get all 6-year-olds. So next year, by late autumn next year, they should be 7-year-old, and I can wait to early spring, and then I can have them move in together. Okay, so we're starting to see development. Ho-ho! We're starting to see development indeed. So that is good. So let me see. How much wood do you give me? I'm gonna actually stop having someone do stuff here, so we get more laborers, because I can get manual wood from this area, so I don't need that. We still have enough firewood to survive through the next winter. Do we have enough stone? No, we're still gonna need a little bit more stone before I plan the chapel. I don't technically need a chapel, but I'm gonna put one... Ooh, hang on, I'm gonna put one more person on gathering food, because we do have it. Okay, never mind. You know what? I'm gonna not do that actually and get more food in that regard. Do we still have fish? Do we still have fish? We still have fish. A little bit of fish, but I should get one more person on fish. Fish. Yes. I feel like I'm very silly sometimes. Like, and we now have 65 tools. I'm going to stop you working. We have 38 clothing or coats. I have enough wood. I'm going to make a little bit more firewood, because this will last me technically, but they are starting to run out of firewood here now, and they will fetch between 70, like 50 or 100 each, and I don't have enough for each household then, and I don't want people to freeze to death. I'd rather just have extra in the back. Okay, so early spring suddenly had a flash of cold. Oh, now we just gotta check though. What kind of food do we have? We have bean and pepper. That's good. What kind of orchards do we have? We have plum. Plum, bean, and pepper. That, yeah, along with plum, bean, pepper, roots, berries, onions, venison, and fish. Wow, they eat better than me. Yeah. I really should get better at eating stuff. You know, more healthy and stuff. Oh, this is a cold. Oh, this reminds me of our spring now. -2 degrees and the trees look. Hey, it's time for spring, boys. Current season of early spring, nothing. Okay, we got a 7-year-old, 7-year-old. Oh, my Dorothy. What? My Dorothy and a Wellington can technically move together. I'm just gonna wait a little bit more. I'm just going to wait summer, because I'm just gonna play it safe. I just don't want to take any chances. I don't want to risk it. I just want to make sure everything is nice and dandy. Everything's going to be perfect. Everything's going to be nice. Everything's going to go smoothly according to plan, because the plan is in motion. The plan is in motion, but it needs to be very well lubricated before I do anything of this kind of sort of thing. Now, I want to also plan a hospital, because hospitals are gonna help me, because people get sick usually. Now, hang on, I'm just gonna make it look nice, because if I get sick, it's gonna be nice having a little bit of a back garden right next to the, probably do like that instead, so they can look out on the river, relax, have a nice view, and right next to the cemetery, so in case someone dies, they can just roll them out straight into the cemetery, and the coffin dance will happen all over again. Yes. Yes. Oh, quality content here. Yes, this is what you come to YouTube for. What did you say, honey? How many people do you have? How old are they? 2 16-year-olds. Did they come from the same household? Are they just really friends? Are they just friends? Did they put... yeah, they're friends on each other. Yeah, I recommend getting some mods, because sometimes the vanilla game can be a little bit, like, weird. I can help you with the mods that I use later. That has helped me feel better about the game sense. Like, some of them aren't technically necessary. I just like them because I get a lot of food from it. So I just need one person on fishing because I get actually decent amount of fish from it. So 70% full here, and 7 and 90. Oh, that's not too. That's a lot of mushrooms. No, not that kind of shrooms. What? No, don't you dare do the badger. Hang on a minute. Is that really? Are you serious right now? Okay, hang on. Okay, so 2 gatherers, 1 person there. Wait, where? Okay, so now I can survive another that. Okay, so. Okay, how much fish did I get? Fish. Oh, 600 fish is good. I'm gonna turn it off. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now with early summer, I'm going to start my next planning of a house. Now the question is, where should a house be? Bees? Okay, hang on. What? Gotta keep it symmetry. I like symmetry. I like it when it's neat, tidy, and... Huh. There's just a bump in the road. So... Wait. So... Oh, I guess that's the only, like, bad area. Okay, so... That works too. Nice. So I can ring out the hill, so I can see where I want to go with it. Okay. Oh, it's just really nice, relaxing, playing Banished sometimes. I mean, what I like about the game, it's just so... Yes, it can be stressful and it can be hard in the beginning, but once I'm starting to like now get the hang of it, I mean, getting the basic resources that I need to survive, it's pretty nice. It's pretty useful. Oh, nice. Charlo has become an adult and working as a laborer. Nice. So now we have another 10-year-old that is educated. So that is good. 7, 7, 7, 7. 7 versus 11. Okay. So I'm gonna build a... Let me see. Let's see what kind of house. Oh yes, I love these houses because... There we go. So it's gonna be like a house, mini house district. Okay, so we have 1 there like that. 2 gatherers, 2 builders. So it's gonna be good. Oh, autosave. Nice, that's good. And the roads are being placed down. House shall be constructed, I hope. Hang on, wait, what's going on? Can you please? There we go. Please. Sweet. Okay, so this is blocking the view for the promenade. So I'm just gonna have them remove those trees. Hang on. Have you removed all the resources? No, they're playing the resources together. So what I'm talking about. Okay. I should have enough stone. Yeah, I need 40 stone and 10 iron. I've got plenty of iron, so that's no problem. And I got enough stone to get our house up comfortably. How much leather do I have? I have 18 leather. So I'm gonna actually keep building or produce some coats so I don't have to think about it for the future. I still have enough firewood to survive through the next winter. Food supplies are good. Tools the same. Yeah, we're gonna be able to get through the next winter easily. Okay. I just need to get the house up and running. I think it's gonna look nice. Hang on. Please remove these trees so I can see it better. Now, it's going to be interesting to see who moves in together. Who will be the lovebirds that will give me more children? just have to wait and see. No one, apparently. What are you talking about? Ah, this is why I wanted to wait. Oh, well, you know. Can't have it all, I guess. Well, it was a good experiment, though. I need to wait until 8. 8 years old. Gonna stop. Yeah, but who's a Velt? Wait, who a Velt? A Velt? Who's a Velt? Did they just... Oh, for the love of... Really? Okay, I'm gonna wait until these turn 8, and then I'm gonna do the trick that I learned myself. Just press for demolish, and they will move out again, and yeah. Okay, so the mod is not entirely accurate. They will be usually at the age of 8 is when you can have them move together, but it was a good test to see, so it was good to know that. The gatherer will now be closer to the playstone, so it's technically better to just have this one for demolishment. I'll think about it. Okay. Oh, hang on. Okay, I can't build there. Wait, what? Huh. Okay. That's weird, but fair enough. Huh. Weird. Okay, so I'm getting in more resources, which is good because I just liked having things in the background. And it will make things easy for me when I plan my future expansions. And just do like so. Strip mine the areas a little bit so I can get more resources. And now they are 8 years old. I'm gonna wait until early spring, and I'll then set this for demolishment and then turn that off again. Oh well. It's nice testing it out though and see how it works. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay, the areas here are being strip mined. Okay. It's been built. We are now early spring. We have coats, we got tools, we got enough firewood. I can make set one to fix that later. I'm going to actually focus on getting a hospital up because I don't want anyone getting sick. And now that people have turned 8, now I know they can technically move in together. And I'll do that. And they should move in again. Yes. Okay. So now I can do that. Hopefully that will mean that people will move in together. Since they're now 8 years old. If not, I'm just going to have to repeat it when they become 9 years old. Evelt did it again. Okay, so Ophelia and Evelt seem to go through a weird divorce. But I will force them back together whether they like it or not. Because I am the matchmaker. I am their god. So to speak. Sorry, my voice cracked there for a second. I remember when I was a kid and my voice went through, when I went through puberty, and my voice was suddenly like this and I could talk and It was a weird time. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Okay, let me see, okay. I want to plan a wooden bridge over here because that would look nice. Stone ones there. I'm gonna have a... For now, I want actually... There... Hang on. Why can't I... But... No, wait, what? No, that's the... I'm a fool. I'm a fool, Harry. Wooden bridge. Pause it. I don't know. Wooden bridge. is there. I'm gonna put it there instead and pause it. I'm going to put it down like so. There we go. Let's see, it goes like that. And you can go there. You can go down like there. You can go there. You can go like that. And yeah, that looks good. So then I can have stone roads connecting these bridges together, and then I can later plan having them move over here, so it's going to be easier, so I can gather in some resources from this area as well, which is going to be good. I'll be able to get out the hospital, and Velt is a very silly person. I don't like him. Okay, so late spring, they are still 8 years old. I just have to make sure they don't move in together with these people. That's going to be weird. Let me see. I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter if they give me kids. I don't really care. Ah, yes, Banished. The matchmaking game. Okay, so more resources are just going to be strip mined from this area. Because it also makes it easy for me to see what areas I have to work with and how it's going to be in the future. The tunnel system I want is going to be... I think... Let me see, the road I can build is... So it's going to keep my finger there. Okay. So I can build a tunnel like there. I'm going to pause that. Check. Yes. Okay. And the other tunnel is going to be here. Come on. There we go. And pause that. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna have a tunnel there. Pause that. And another tunnel going through here. Pause that. I also made a mod so that the tunnels don't cost stone, because I always thought it was so, well, in my opinion, silly and dumb that a tunnel that you mine through a mountain made out of stone costs stone to build. So I made a mod, installed a mod so that the tunnels don't cost a stone, but it takes longer to build it. So it kind of like shift the cost turns into just production time instead. So if it took it 1 minute before, but it cost 60 stone, now it costs no stone, but takes 3 minutes to build, for instance. I don't have the numbers on it, I don't have the math, so it's not like the real numbers, but it's basically to show the simplicity of it. I'm gonna have a hospital. So now if you suddenly get syphilis, or wait, why? Without job. Wait, why is there a citizen without job? Physician. Oops. There we go. We have enough. Okay. Okay. That's good. Food output seems to be good. We have enough coats. Enough tools. I'm gonna turn you off. And have more people give me more resources, more options for development, and I'm just gonna have to cancel moving resources in a straight line there. Build a road straight ahead, and I'm just gonna do that and that. To 2 builders. Sure, I don't have enough stone for that, so it shouldn't be an issue. I'm gonna get one up there. The stone road. Okay. There we go. The main stone road there. Okay, good. So that's done. That's said and done. Now I can then plan for the stone tunnels in the future. Reza has become a student. Sav has become a student. So now I have 6 students, and a child named Patia was born, and these are 8. It's autumn. I'm going to try one more time and see what happens. And see if that does the job. Okay, gonna stop that since they moved in back there. See if the kids move in here now. Because I need the kids to move out for the other parents to keep having children. And keep doing the naughty naughty. Okay, let's see if this works now. If not, I'm gonna have to wait until I become 9 years old, which is then the new age that I have to wait for. It's troublesome, it's annoying, but okay. Colon! Colon, why did you suddenly... Colon, what is your problem? Why is everyone wants to move into... I know the stone house is nice, but if you keep doing this, I will be severely angry. Fine, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do this. Now they will move over here. They will be together, happy family again, and this house is going to be turned into a stone house. And that'll allow me to have some time. Now the students are becoming 9 years old. Time and life is good. Everyone is happy. Everyone is having a good old time. Yes. There's no choice. They must all be happy. Said the man with a maniac kind of... I don't have anything good to say. Okay, so now everyone still has a place to live, so there's no issue. No one's going to freeze to death, and the stone houses will use less firewood, so it's a good long-term investment as well. So I don't have to make new firewood as often, so I can have more workers. More workers? Yes, I am very Norwegian sometimes. So now I got the most basic stuff. 10 has become a student. 7 students. Yes, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me all the stuff. What's going on, honey? You got a child named Deshaun. Nice. Yeah. I still want to see if I can get a kid called Demon again. It would be so nice. And then I would just build a house next to the chapel. So hopefully he would move in there and then become the priest. It would be so cool to have a cleric named Demon again. Or a teacher. Because knowledge is the devil's work. Ho ho! So yeah. Got that going for me, which is nice. Okay, wooden bridge has been completed. There we go. Boink! Oh, I'm just gonna do that. So. It looks nice. There we go. Why don't you just... Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna... Well, I mean, they're now building the... Wait, why do I have 6 of them? 2, 4... Ah, 60, okay, the house. Well, I mean, I understand you want to build a bridge, but could you please get the house up and running? Oh, very lovely, thank you very much. Do that. No, they just want to focus on the bridges. Fair enough, I guess. Okay. I need to find the widget so I can have the chat window. But I need to find a way so I can have the chat on my screen so I can see it in real time. That would be really nice. I can just fix that by actually getting a second computer screen. But until I find a table so I can have the second computer screen on, that's going to be a bit tricky because my desk is not big enough. Unless I connect my PC to my desktop computer screen. I mean, that could work, but... Okay, now we're going to see who moves in here. Late spring of year 11. Who will it be? No one. What is going on? No. Why? Like... I'm giving you everything you need to get a new place to live. Like, please, like, don't do this to me. What is this, like, what is wrong with Hell2? Like, is this hell on earth? See what I did there? Like, yeah, I don't understand. Like, this has never happened before. I swear it's a YouTube live stream curse. Whenever I'm like, oh, I'm gonna show you how it's done, and then suddenly everything goes wrong. I mean, it's entertaining, I suppose. I have no idea what's entertaining or not, but yeah, no one's moved into the house. The game sometimes lags out a bit until it can register that. Oh, wait a minute, we have a house that no one lives in. Hang on. You know what? You know what I'll do? Fuck it, I'll do that. Stop it, see if that resets it. Or not, who knows. I'm just gonna have to do this second remove. And have them focus on this. And then the trees won't replicate themselves and reproduce. Okay. Anyone moved in there? No, I don't understand. Is this house haunted? I know people died of starvation there for some time ago, but good lords. And then level 4 has 15%. Okay, fair enough. Thank you for. Okay. Pause it. There's no point in having it done. And now remove the resources from this area. And I'll pause that as well. I don't understand. Do I have to just manually... Okay, you know what? I'll just remove it. Fair enough. You know, fine. Fine. Have it your way. Ugh. Resources wasted. Oh, well. What can you do? I don't understand. I got a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, 9-year-old, 9-year-old. I'm gonna wait... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait until the 10. See if that fixes it. Good lords. Oh, well, whatever. Okay. Need to remove the resources. Oh, what the? Remove the resources from this area. Move it a little bit around the tunnel so I can see. And remove from there, remove from there. Remove from there, remove from there, remove from there, remove. There we go. More resources removed for the collective. Now the thing is I need a... Shit, I need... Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna put a stockpile here. Because... yeah, okay, that could work. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 builders on that so they'll just remove that quickly. And see what happens. Okay, so... I mean, not too shabby. We're getting there. How are we doing on food though? Food is... It could be better, but I got a lot of mushrooms and stuff like that. Yeah, roots, mushrooms and onions. Berries supremely well actually. I'm just gonna put down one there, have one of the dogs to get me fish. Yeah, okay. Okay, the stockpile has been filled up. Okay, fantastic. I think the next time I stream, I want to try to stream some Banished. See how that goes. Okay. Okay, now it should allow me to. If it doesn't allow me now to get people moving in and moving in together and do stuff, I will be very, very displeased. That should allow me to do it. I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens. Okay. With that, I'm going to... I just do this because I like it. I like the look of it, so I can like emphasize where the storage stuffs and the storage barns and the buildings are. Where usually I put roads around it because sometimes the AI is very dumb. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna, instead of going down like that and up, it just goes across because it's technically the same time it takes. Okay. Now just gotta wait and see if they move in together now that they are 10 years old and are technically adults. why this game considered 10-year-olds adults, I have no idea, but I suppose it is to speed up the game a little bit, because, you know, this is not a medieval setting, I think, but it's not modern times either, so I would say, I mean, it is these kinds of building styles. I don't know, 16th, 17th century? They have glass windows. When did people start making glass windows in houses? Can't remember. I need to Google it later. Curiosity will get me in the end. Go. Trees be gone. We want this area nice and cleaned. Okay. Hey, finally! Okay, so I need to wait until they're 10 years old. Wellington and Madurathy. And now I can plan for the 10-year-old there and... Wait, where's the... I had a 10... Oh, there we go. 10-year-old and 10-year-old. Yes. Okay. More houses. More houses. Finally, we can get 2 more kids moving together. There we go. 4x4. I really like these houses. I think they're so cozy. I imagine just the fireplace is there, the the bedroom where they have a bed to get up in here. They go down a ladder or a small stair down here. The fireplace is there, so that means the kitchen would be in like this corner. So they would have like a table and stuff here where you could sit and eat and talk and do stuff, and some general like tools and things they have inside. So I really like the layout of this building. It really looks cool. I mean, I like these as well because this one would indicate that they have the fireplace in the middle, but at the same time, like, it just looks so nice with a mini tower house thingy, and it's so cozy. I just love it. Usually around when I like get new expansions and I have like a chapel town based around like the chapel and the marketplace, I have like a district with tower houses around the chapel building. So like, oh yes, it's the rich man's district. Oh ho ho. Everyone is equal in hell though. So I mean, at least in my hell. I would make a shit to devil. I don't know. Oh, my voice cracked there. I don't know if I would make a good devil or not, but it's all speculations. Wait, why are you taking the... Oh, I get herbs. Okay, hang on, mate. That means I can just get this one up. Wait, why do I need 6? Oh yeah, for the house there. Well, I got enough resources now. I could actually get the chapel up and running, actually. And I could help... Hang on, how are these happiness level? It actually looks like they're fairly happy now. The average happiness is good. So, yeah, I would actually say, all in all, yes! Saventon and Briare has moved together. Now, these houses will need to get kids. This house has a 7-year-old, this house has a 7-year-old, so I need to wait until they're 10. And these houses have 1 7-year-old and... Okay, so I can, in a couple of more years, get 2 more houses. So that's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Fantastic. We are making progress indeed. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I'm just going to check now. Hang on. Okay, so I can, in a couple of more years, get 2 more houses. So that's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Fantastic. We are making progress indeed. Oh, yeah. Actually the music is a bit loud actually. I mean, I think it's good-ish, but at the same time, I'm just gonna turn down the music a little bit. I don't think it's gonna help immensely, but it can sometimes be a little bit loud. I mean, the music is good, but it shouldn't overshadow. Okay, and once we get the storage barn, then I'll have to go all the way over to this storage barn to put in the herbs. So that's good. Okay, more citizens. Now the question is, whoa, we got 1,000 firewood. That is plenty enough. I'm gonna have 1 person here, 1 person there, 1 person back on there. Yeah. I'll allocate some resources to get the chapel up and running. So we can get a nice community, and eventually I want to get a town hall. But I want to get it over here though. So I think I want to get like a town square here or something. Because the nomads will eventually come into town. That can actually be really useful because the nomads will help me plan. Okay, so now that I'm actually getting a lot of people, I want to plan expansions. I'm actually going to use dirt roads for this because I don't have enough stone to get this if I want to get the chapel up and running. So I'm gonna lay the foundations for more stone roads in the future. But for now, the dirt roads will go like that, a little bit like that. Well, I can actually go like this. So that's not the worst. And that can go around like that. It can go like so. There we go, fantastic. With that, I think I want the town hall. I think it would look good if the town hall was facing the water, like so. Let's see. Yeah, I think it would look good if the town hall was there with a little bit extra space for extra road. I'm just gonna place down a well in front of it to the side, like so, and pause that. Have extra dirt roads in the beginning at least, so I don't mess that up. Because then I can just put stone roads over it afterwards. Okay, so after that I want to have a church. Let's say we're gonna have a church here. I'm gonna have it next to the building because the church will then be the foundation. And then I want to have a cemetery next to it. Yes. There we go. Plonk that down. I don't need that yet as well, but I'm gonna just put roads around it because it looks nice. Okay, and same goes with the roads there. Roads there, there, and there. Gonna have that around like so. So that's gonna be a nice like town square area. And then I'm going to place down the important. I can have. Oh yes, that looks good. Like so. Then we're gonna have tower houses. Like, do we have enough? I think so. Yes. No, I can't fit in the house. Ugh. Oh well, no matter. I think I could just have it there instead then. And if I have. That house could work, but I can instead remove this row later. But this is basically just so I can have a general look of it. How does it look? Does it look nice? Yes, I think it does. And then we're gonna have some houses here. These can just be general houses. It doesn't matter. 4 houses there. And do I have room for a house in here? Yes, I do. Okay. And should I have a house like that? And then have like a big backyard for themselves? That could work, that could work. I'm gonna put in... This one actually was good because that sort of walls in the back area here. That's cool. Okay. So the houses has been placed down. Then I need to get some industry. So I'm thinking having a blacksmith close to the stockpile could be useful. So I'm going to put the blacksmith down there. Same goes with the tailor. Gonna have it like there and there. Pause those so I can see where I want them. Now the tavern. We want them to be a little bit away from the church because the church don't like people drinking. So I'm going to put it down here next to the town hall so that people see that you can still be social. The church will allow it, but just don't come to the church drunk. Then there's hellfire for eternity for you. The well will be placed there in the middle. That's good. Oh, that's good. This is going to look really nice once I get enough people to move in. This is what I like when I now that I've established myself they will now be able to like sustain themselves and survive and get more people for me. Now I can start the planning, and I love to plan. I love to like get these small communities up and running. And since I can get houses up to this point, I'm now going to stop the gathering of resources here, so I can put out extra roads. And I'm going to put out extra roads like that. I can put out extra roads like so. I'm going to add the roads out here. There we go. And I want to get a... Oh, I can't do that. Okay. And can I do it like... Yes, I can. And I'm going to pause that because I want a stone bridge there. We're going to have a dirt road falling up into there. And I'm going to pause this one because I want a small wooden bridge to go across there. There's no point of having that yet. There's no point of having roads over here yet. They will just get stuck if they try to walk over there. And because it looks cool, I think I could have a wooden bridge over here as well. Having lots of small avenues for them to go over here. And then I can have stone and like industry bridges here. Gonna have a stone bridge there. Build the road over. Have roads back here. Going over there. Connecting them. I'm just gonna make sure... No, wait. Cancel removal. And finish up by closing it in. There we go. That looks nice. Now, we have houses here, which will then be for the industry, will be for the market, be for the chapel and the tavern. We also need to get a hospital. This... Oh my god, that was perfect placement. Okay. That was actually a really good placement there for that. We also need a school. So I'm thinking that a school would have to be situated... well, it could be nice having it here. Right next to the storage barn if they need tools and equipment for the pupils. Right next to the marketplace if they need food during recess. And I can also go to the bridges over here in the future and play in the open areas and the open fields. And there's even a large lake here so they can swim. So that's going to be good and nice placement. They can also go and fetch water from the river or go to the well if they want the designated water spot. And now we need to plan the food. Food is important to get, and I might actually want to remove this one because food will be important. So I'm thinking a gatherer's hut in the middle here. There can be nice. Let me see. I'm gonna place it down here. This can go. I can build houses up to this point here. So I am considering then a gatherer's hut right there. I'm going to pause that. And I'm going to put down a hunting cabin opposite so they can have a road through. And then I'm going to add in a forest lodge. And do like that so they can go in through roads back and forth. And I'm going to end up with that herbalist as well. I'm going to do like... that so that they can go in through the side and up to the edge there. Okay, so that's going to be the production food corner, which means that this can be the food corner. I am thinking we need houses on this side as well, so I'm going to have to add in a few houses, a couple of one house there. I'm going to remove these. Go and add in a house. I'm gonna have a corner house like there we go. I'm gonna pause those. Okay, fantastic. Now that this has been planned like so, I'm gonna need more houses here because I think that looks good, having houses centralized around the marketplace. There we go. Now the question is oh, sorry that. I coughed into the microphone. I'm gonna 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, okay. So I should be able to have enough houses there. I could then try to localize the crop field for a 12 by 12. Oh my! That is really good. And then we do it on the other side as well? I think so. Wait, is that... Oh, there's a road. Wait. Should be around like that, okay. And then we need to find the crop field, add in a 12 by 12. And there we go. Okay, so now that we do that, we can place down roads around it so that we can see where they walk, so that you can go to the houses. And for simplicity's sake, I will then add in a storage barn behind the tavern, and also add in a 10 by 10 stockpile behind the town hall. It shouldn't interfere too much with the gatherer's hut, which is going to be the most important one for food, and yeah, its borders also there. Good, I could make it a little bit smaller. I don't need that large one. I'm going to start with an 7 by 7. This one can reach a little bit further out, so I might actually be tempted to... Ooh, I can put a couple of houses here. So 3 houses there. 4, 8, 12. I'm gonna put around like so. There we go, so they are centralized. And then I can get a couple of... Hang on, the road goes through there. Good. Okay, so I can use that as a basis and see where I can put down the next crop field. So I can get 4, hopefully 4 crop fields of 12 by 12. Good. And get another one, 12 by 12. I can't get a 12 by 12, but I can get a 12 by 11. Oh, that's good. Okay, that's decent. I can accept that. Said the guy being smug as hell. Okay, that is good. That's a good first expansion plan. I don't have any room for pastures, but... hello. Okay, so I'm going to probably have some pastures over here. I'm not sure quite yet where I can put it. I can put a pasture here. That could work. I'll see what happens. But at the moment that will be 4 crop fields. Usually one person can operate a 12 by 12 crop field, but there's a big but. You won't be able to gather every single piece of food from the crop field, but you will get statistically more if you did, let's say, a 7 by 7. Because I think a 7 by 7 one person can easily do, but you will only get around 300, 400 food from it. If you get a 12 by 12 and have one person working on it, you will get between 6 to 800. If you're lucky, 1000, but then you usually have to put an extra 2 people on the 12 by 12. And then it's usually more efficient if you go for, let's say, a 14 or 20 by 20 and then have 2 people working on it. But I'm getting ahead of him. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so the first expansion has been planned. Once the church has been done, I'm going to gather more resources over here, get more stone and iron, and then I'm going to open up these for here so that I can have them ready for use. And then I'm going to build a town hall, and hopefully eventually there will be nomads coming into the town. Oh, which reminds me, I also need a boarding house, otherwise they will have no place to live. Do I have a good place for the boarding house? I could have it right next to this cemetery. It's a decent enough place if I put it here, because then it's got a close proximity to this and this. But then again, what looks good? I also want to make something that looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna have a boarding house there. And anything else now? No. Got storage barns, I got stockpiles. And I got a market. Trading post. Well, where could be a good trading post area here somewhere, I suppose? Not really. I mean, well, I spoke too soon. This could be a good place. I could have a nice trading hub in this area. Okay, oh, this would look really good here now that I think about it. Okay, and then we add in the road like so. Add in one extra part of road so it looks like more centralized. And yeah. Now we just need to add in the extra road from this area to go down like so. And add in the road to go to this one and this one. There we go. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, good. Nice. It has been planned. Laid out. Now I can start playing it. I like to pause it because then usually if it starts to rain, I can't see as well. And I like planning during the summer because then it's more bright so I can see what I want to do with this stuff that I have at my disposal. Okay, so I got a 7-year-old, a 7-year-old, so 2 girls that are 7 years old, 1 6-year-old, 1 8-year-old. Okay, so I'm gonna have to wait until 10 just to be safe. Like, I can wait. I can manage. I can hold myself. I managed to wait, so I'm gonna try to prioritize that. And that's going to be a lot of road for them to build, but once that road is completed, it's going to be easy for them to actually then start building this stuff. So I consider it a future investment into... well, and they don't need stone to build the dirt roads, but it still move faster. So you move 50% faster through the mod, and when, let's say, they have a walking speed of 1 on just no roads, they would then walk at 2, and then dirt roads will make them walk at 3 or 4, while stone roads will make them walk at 6 or 7 speeds, something like that. Like if you put it into numbers, so you see like a perspective of how fast they will walk. So I consider it a big, good investment getting roads, so it's easier for me to expand later once I get enough population to get a critical mass, as I like to call it. I notice also that my mobile phone is almost dying, so I'm going to have to connect the charge into it. So let's see. There we go. Okay. So now we're starting to... So this is what I like. Once you get the starting village up and running, it will look, like, in my opinion, worse than this. But again, this is the base layout. You need to like get everything up and running. And... you should be able to get enough food to survive. I think I actually have to stop making food here, because I'm getting a lot of food. 600 fish is good enough. I don't need more than that. Okay. They are building the chapel. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to assign a priest. The reserve of tools. I mean, reserve of tools is low. I got 36 tools. Is it because you fetched iron tools? 17. Well, I can put some extra on it. How much leather do we have? 18 leather. Yeah, just to get that away to turn it into actually usable items. Okay. And I can get some of that iron away as well, because they need iron, log and iron. And I think I have enough here. I'm gonna stop cutting and just planting. No, wait. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. I don't get too many logs out of that, but I still get a steady, slow trickle. So that should help. And eventually they will remove all the trees in this area. The reserve of tools is low. No, it isn't. What are you talking about? I got 19 tools here, 15 tools. So I think when it counts the storage barns, I'm not quite sure why sometimes it tells me that happens. Okay. No laborers, but I want to get all these roads up and running, so that's good. Because then they can move over here faster in the future. So that's good. So we are 22 members at the moment. I would say that's pretty good, since I started with 20 people and I lost 7. No, wait, did I start with 20 people? I think a 10 adult. 10 kids. Yeah. So I consider it a success that I managed to get over the initial starting point now, because now I can slowly start to begin from where I left off. And how many codes do I have now? I got 44. Okay, you can stop producing. 45 tools. Good. We're gonna keep doing that until we get to around 60 or 70. So we just have in the bank, and we still have a lot of amount of stored firewood, so we are very good in that regard. The stone houses will also be good future investments. And when it becomes spring, I think I want to try to upgrade my houses later, but I need more stone for that though, so I would hold my horses in that regard. In that regard. I am not a native English speaker, but I would say I'm pretty fluent in it, but sometimes I do make mistakes, sometimes rookie mistakes, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to evolve. Okay. Let me see. We have a school. We have. I'm gonna turn it down to +2 seconds. Oh, we get an overlook. In the future, I want to get a tavern. This could be a good place, as any. Yeah, in the starting town, they don't care if there's alcohol next to the chapel. They're very progressive that way. The new town is going to be very like, oh, we are superior to you. Why can't you just be like us? Look at our town. Indeed, yes, and so. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yes, but in the starting town, people are like, you know, just live life, live, laugh, love, and stuff like that. Go through divorces, marry kids. Don't do that in real life, please. For everything that's holy, do not do that. That is really bad, and I condone it or I do not condone it? I condone this. Yeah, condone is negative meaning, right? I think so. Yes, okay. I condone that action. What? Oh, I condemn it. I do not condone. Oh, okay. So I do not condone this means I do not want this to happen. Okay, yeah. So I do not condone this action. I do not condone marrying 8-year-olds. When you have been banished from your town to move into the wilderness, when you lost your wife to starvation because you're lonely. Do not do that. It's a terrible thing to do. First of all, you need to find a better way to deal with the trauma. And second of all, think of the children. Not in that way. This got weird. Anyway, nice weather today. It actually has been acceptable weather, especially for pollen allergies. That has been better for stuff. Yes. I am rambling right now. Nice! All the roads seems to start be mass-produced. This is good. I'm really happy I didn't do the trying to build stone roads here, because statistically I wouldn't be able to do it. And I haven't built roads down to this place yet, because I don't need to do that yet. So what I want to do is slowly now build up a few more houses, a few more people here now, and get people to start, just gather more resources, get a stone, and then once I get, I'm considering 40 to 60 people here in this main settlement area here, with houses around here, some houses up here, perhaps a small crop here, just small survival stuff here. I will then start telling builders to just get every item needed to get the foundation up, and then pause it, and then when I get the town hall up and I get nomads, I can then make sure that if the nomads come, no matter the time of year, I can just click and boink, get the building up in hang on, just in a jiffy. There we go, that was a good snap. Ah, my thumb! I think I have got a vad säger det betendelse på engelsk? Sinew inflammation thingy. It's basically I played too much using a controller, Dark Souls and other games using a controller, that my thumb is hurting really bad, so I can't play games now like that for a month. It's gonna be hard to resist, but I'll have to survive. So it's gonna be probably Banished, Overwatch, Minecraft, Fortnite, if I can install it. By the way, Civilization 6, it's free on Epic Game Store until the 27th. So that reminds me, I need to wait. What date is it? Ooh, it's 26th. I might have to go and see if it goes away the 27th or until the 27th. Oh well, if not, it doesn't look like the best game ever. I love Civilization 5, but it looks like they've done different stuff with the Civilization 6 game. So I'll have to see if I end up picking it up. Like, it's gonna be nice with a free game, it's not that, it's just... Nice, early spring has arrived, the snow is disappearing, 4 degrees, and people are starting to become happy once more. Wait, why do I have 500 herbs when I set a limit of 400? Oh, right, when people pick resources. Never mind, sir. Fine day for mayoring. Now we've got 62 tools. You can go start gathering more resources for me. Thank you very much, sir. And how many resources? Ooh. I'm going to tell people to get more resources here. There we go. Resources are good. More resources. All the resources. Thank you. And I'm going to strip mine this area for resources. Strip mine, everything. Everything must be strip mined. Okay. And it's actually good to then get the road around. There we go. Like that, and then the roads. Well, I am considering getting the roads down like so. Okay, no, and you know what? I'm gonna have to cancel removal in this area so I can build it the roads. Hang on, what is the speed? Ooh, okay. A new child has been born. That's good. Yes, it's not good. There we go, and straight down, and the road goes straight like down, and there we go, around, there we go, getting nice roads attached, getting the existing roads to go a little bit further down, getting the roads to go up, like so, getting the existing roads also to go like that, and having that road that is connected to there to go a little bit on the sideline like so, so it's going to be easier for them to go up to the stockpile. There we go. And then it's also going to be easier for them to go to the storage barn, so they can work, bunk, go over, work, food, work. So yeah, that's decent placement of the storage barn, I would say. Okay. I just need to see. More items are being collected. Good. How's the food production? Decent enough. Venison is good. More food there, so yeah, I'm starting to empty the storage, which is good because I have lots of mushrooms there. I don't need all that. I have still a lot of fish. 900 firewood. That's good. 6 students. Okay, so how's the age for these people? Wait, why haven't these people gotten kids yet? No, they're from the age of 50, I think, or I don't know. So 11. 8-year-old kid. 7, 8. 8. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until 10 and then I can build another house. Good. Nice. Oh, I look forward until I can work on this expansion. So I just have to see how this goes. I'm going to have them work on that. So I can empty this crop field. And I can use the stockpile there. Should be easy for them to go there, but I'll have to see. Since they live here, they have to go all the way here, gather resources, go back home, eat. So it's not the most efficient one, but since I don't have anything better to do than for them to do stuff like that anyway, since I wait, so might as well have them do something. And having crop fields like this allows them to clear out the larger fields. I can see what is there or not. More roads are nice. More roads makes it easy for me to see and plan ahead. There we go. So, there we go. I have 3 people gathering resources, 3 people getting there. So, now that I also place down the roads like that, I'm gonna now tell them to start gathering resources. So, just everything in this area, just gather it all up. Gulp it up. Gulp it up. Yum, 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 yum. There we go. Okay, just gotta remove resources from this area. Remove that tree. These trees are encircling on our domain. Remove them. I do not like them. There we go. Okay, so now give them orders. This area is not going to be touched. So that's good. Still have a lot of food, firewood, fish, root spurs, and there's venison. Still got a lot of coats, a lot of tools. Okay. So 164 venison. 12 venison, 11, 13, 9, 13. Okay, so they don't pick a lot. So I can actually remove this guy so I can gather more resources, which is good. Okay, and later I can get beans and pepper. I would go for beans in the beginning because they grow faster. So I can do that instead. So I can do that. There we go. This looks good. Eventually I'll also get a road around this area. Hang on, I can do that now actually. I can do cancel removal like so. Get a road around the... Hop. There we go. And that should allow them to gather resources that I need. And crop fields will be useful. There we go. Fantastic. And they're getting more resources. And late autumn and winter will end up making them not very effective, but they can still do something while I bide my time and wait. Because at the moment I do have time. Oh, 9-year-old, 9-year-old, 9-year-old. I can lay the foundation for this house. It would be cool if we could just make landmarks or just like cool like cosmetic stuff that doesn't do anything, but it looks just nice to decorate my town. I could do it with wells, but at the same time, like, it doesn't look the same. What I want to do one time is that my girlfriend made a very good like example of build a forester lodge in the middle of my city and make it plant a lot of stuff so I get trees between my buildings. So I might do that, but I also love the industrialized feeling of like it's clean. Everything is just paid away. There's no pollen. There's nothing. Everything is just gone and dead. I don't have a grudge against trees. No, grass. No, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like these baseless accusations. They're just baseless accusations. I know all the baseless accusations. Why did I suddenly go into Trump mode there? Okay. So now I just need to wait and see what happens. Once I manage to get my... What do you call it? Editing software up and running again. I want to... Whoops! I fricked up. I fricked up bad. I forgot. Oh, shit. Now there's going to be an adult moving in there. Oh, well, you know, whatever. Which one is going... Who's going to go through a divorce until I can fix this? There we go. Who's 9 years old, 9 years old, 9 years old? They're not 10 years old. They're not 10 years old yet. They're not grown-ups. No! I have made a terrible mistake, and I will pay for it dearly. Now pay with your blood. Why won't you die? I haven't played Morrowind or Oblivion yet. Okay. 111. A lot of laborers. More items are being procured. Just waiting for the kids to turn 10 so I can go in together and have stuff. Okay. Hang on a minute, I'm curious about something. This feels different. Enhance... Oh, better fields. Ooh. No, those are better fields. Okay. I just gotta check something. Add a flash on Color, tree growth, storage 1 year, 1 year. It's 5 times slow, so these are better. Okay, so I don't understand on why this happens, but oh well, you know, fair enough. It just feels different. Because in another game, in another... Oh, wait a minute. Is it because they're students? Because the nomads... I don't know. Like, I know how to play the game. I just don't know the mechanics of it. Hey! 9-year-olds are moving together. Oh, that's gonna be good. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Wait. Are there any roads here? I can't see anyone. Fair enough. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so this could be a nice expansion as well. Get some pastures over there. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Just gonna turn it off and turn this one on. And get that. I'm probably gonna end the stream soon because I'm now been streaming. Oh lords, almighty, have mercy on my soul. Wait, have I been streaming for 2.5 hours already? Wow. Okay, time flies by when I play Banished. Noted. Okay. Well, good to know though. I mean, it is fun to play the game, so I mean, I don't blame myself. It would be better if I hated playing the game. I mean, I don't understand if people play the game if they hate it. I've seen some, like... I understand why some, like, YouTubers end up stop playing certain games, because even though, like, for example, when PewDiePie played a lot of Amnesia, after a while I can understand why he moved to different games or do different stuff, because you end up becoming sick of it. You just don't want to do it anymore. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna do that. And hopefully I can get this one built. It would be cool to have the town hall up and running, or at least right up to the point where it's done. I want to do the same with this house here. It's a bit risky because then I remove labor, so if my teacher die, all the students just suddenly become adults. And sure, it is a short-term good thing because then I get, of course, more laborers, but they become dumber and less efficient, and they die when I don't want them to. Well, I don't want them to die anytime. Like, if it were up to me, I would have them live forever, but, well, you know, c'est la vie. Okay, I just need to be careful here and pay attention to this house. Nice, the town hall is progressing nicely. Wait, why? What? What was the thing that required? Oh right, yeah, the bridge. Okay, turn that on pause. 2 more people off. I'm gonna have a couple more houses just in case. Gonna do the same thing. Now that one is up and running. I forgot myself. Oh well. Oh well. Now I can see though. I got 8 families and 8 homes, which is actually good. Because then everyone is happy and together. A 7-year-old boy, 8-year-old kid, 10-year-old labor. Okay, so when okay, I gotta be careful here now. Okay, 24, 38, 10. Okay, so eventually there will be nomads, and now I'm really happy that I have my hospital up and running, because now eventually, since I have a town hall and I will get a trader up and running eventually, that can also bring diseases, so I gotta be careful. Yep. No. Okay, gotta be careful there. Gonna pause those. That's good. I'm gonna have 2 more houses, and I'm gonna have them like so. I'm also going to do this because it looks good in my opinion. And a couple of houses in the back here being like so. These are gonna pause. Nice, I get a small hill, so protection against wind. Is it close enough? Yeah, okay. Okay. Good. That's good. Now I need to wait. So this is basically what I like to do. I like to plan everything, get everything I need. It's a bit of a long-term investment plan, but once I then get everything that I need, holy bugger snipe, it is glorious. And I can also see the production and stuff like that, and my inventory, and my graphs have been, if I go 10 years back, nice 14 years, if I go 25 years, I can suddenly see that I started up really nice and then got a boom, and then suddenly people died, and now I've been gradually, steadily going up. And children has been going a little bit down, but that was because of the adults and stuff like that. So I noticed that there's been one person, at least one person in the stream here. I really find it cozy that, you know, whoever it is wants to spend time, whatever you do, if it's just to support or actually listen to it or enjoy watching it and listen, like, I don't know, but thank you, like, from the bottom of my heart. It is really uplifting to see that number ticked in, that someone is watching my stream. Unless, of course, I'm making a complete fool of myself and it is me because I have the YouTube app open and watching my own stream because that's the way I can communicate with people. That would be a bit ironic. Wait, I need to find out if that is actually a thing. That would be a bit embarrassing. Oh well. It's charming enough though. Wow, you worked on there for long. I'm impressed. There we go. I'm just gonna do it like that. More items are being removed from this area, so that's good. Yes. Get all that iron, get all those, all that wood, all that stone, that's good. We need more stone. We're gonna have to remove all these resources here as well. Yes, those are good. Those are gonna be removed. That's nice. It's a bit not efficient because I live over here, so I have to go all the way here, get mines, go back. But I have stockpiles here though, so I don't have to go all the way back with them. Wait a minute, where's the house? Okay, there it is. Okay, nice. Just gotta check. Okay, let's see. Now I'm gonna go get this stone bridge up and running. I should need 52. I should have enough for that. That's good, because that will look a bit cooler. It's not technically needed, but I like it. 532. Yeah, I should have enough firewood now. 7-year-old. 9 and 10. 8-year-old. Yes, okay, so the kids are doing good. Let's get this up and running. I'll focus on getting more resources. Alvadore has been born. Okay, let me see. Well, okay, so what's the name we have now at the current moment? We have Collison, Michaelen, Raelinetti. Huh, fair enough. Wellington, Dorothy. We have Arving, Charlo. You, Charlo? Guile. We have Elishon, Dominica, Tristanli, Alvadore, Pearly, Evelt, Ophelia. Fair enough. Gloridan. Nice. Jettina, Patty. Wait, let me see if it's the other houses. Colon. Okay, fair enough. We have Colon. Oh, yes, the smell of his colon. Halinet, Harin, Gallatin, Mishi, Sorenton, Brian, and Savi, and Reza. Those are pretty good names. Like, I wouldn't exactly call my kids that, but there are some names here that actually were cool. Dominica, I can see someone actually be called that. Alvadore, Elishon, Ophelia, Gloridan, more or less. Jettina, yeah, sure. Collison, but not colon though. I'm gonna draw a line there. What?
A child named Sham was born.
Sham. He's a sham. Okay, in my girlfriend's town. Is it a girl or a boy?
I don't know.
Doesn't it say? In one of your houses? Or did the kid disappear as well? Sham is a boy. Boy is a sham. Being a boy is a sham. Oh, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth? Is that a saying? Okay. This is also a mod I installed where you, in a vanilla game you can only get wooden bridges, but I also installed a mod where you can get stone bridges, because when your entire town is made out of stone, it looks a bit out of place if just you have a tiny wooden bridge. But now you can get like a big, cool looking stone bridge. It doesn't do anything, it works the same as a stone bridge, it just cosmetically looks different. And I like that. I like having some extra like cosmetic things to spice up the town, make it look a little bit better. There are also things in like the mega mod that I had before, where you could like have like pavements, so you could have like on the roads you get pavements on lining the sides of the streets of the roads, so it looks better. Like, fair enough. You could have candlesticks makers, you could have specific wood chip carvers, and you could make different ales and alcohols and different animals. You can have that, of course, in the vanilla game, but like it really expanded on it to the extreme. So now we just need to get this one done, and that should be it, I think. There we go. Stone bridge has been completed. And with that, I'm going to let them work a bit. How's the food situation? I'm going to be careful now, because since I turned them down. Okay, so we have to stop that a little bit. I'm going to put them back to 2. I'm going to turn you back on and fish. And then I'm going to remove some trees there. Remove some trees there. Remove some trees there. There and there. Hang on. No, not in that sphere of influence. Gotta keep it clean, gotta keep it centered. And just get them to remove resources. Same with over here. This is good though, because this is the stone area. That's gonna help me. And also give me a lot of wood. And I'm probably gonna have to put one on there as well to just restock a bit. We still got enough coats, enough tools to survive at the current moment in time, so that's good. Okay. So I'm just gonna hang on, I'm just gonna take those off and test it and see. Okay, so let me see, the microphone seems to be good. I just need to be a little bit careful how close I talk to the microphone. Oh well, it is a experiment over time, but fair enough. I can adjust, hopefully. Okay, let me see. I'm just gonna have to... I should have enough stone for this. This should be good. Oh, come on, really? Yes, apparently I turned into my mother there. Let's see. Okay. Boink. And boink. And boink. And boink. There we go. Lots of boinks. And 2 people like that. More food is going to be created and deposited, which is good. That will keep us afloat. And this one will cut and plant. That's good. More items. I'm going to tell them to stop with the iron. There's no point in doing that. Yes. It's all coming together. And let's see, overview. I got families 9 and homes 8. Does that mean I can... So I got a 10-year-old, 9-year-old... I can now build another house, actually, now that I think about it. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see what happens. Since I have those roads, they will technically try to build those roads first. So let's see what happens. Who knows? I'm gonna end the stream though soon. It's been going on for quite a while. I mean, so how long have I been streaming now? I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. Good lords. So I should give myself some rest and a break. Hopefully. Let me see. Probably eat some food as well. Yeah, probably a good idea. Okay. Yeah. Good, this allows me to see a bit better. Nice. There we go. Nice. You know what? Because it looks nice. Double stockpile. And house is being planned. Lots of cool houses here next to the lake district. Next to the fishing dock, storage barn, and the stockpiles, and then I'm going to get a training post up and running. Not going to use this for much in the beginning. I'm just going to keep this guy producing wood. So I can get lots of firewood and put it into the training post. So I can clear up stockpile space I don't need at the moment, but it's good to have that. Okay. And do I have 10-year-old? I got an 11-year-old, I got a 9-year-old. They should, due to his age now, since he's almost 10, move in together. So I think that should work. Just wait and see. Late autumn, -4 degrees. Ooh, this weather is harsh. Okay. 9 and 11. Yes, that's good. That cleared up some space here. Then we got a 9-year-old. So okay, so we got a 9-year-old here. And an 8-year-old here. So next season I will be able to build another house and have them move in together. I'm considering building a house here then, since now these guys should be able to be working here fairly effectively. I think so at least. Maybe with one more there. One like that. Okay. Okay, so I gotta be a little bit careful now because food has dropped a little bit. I got a lot of fish, so that's good, but I also need to up my venison game and get more food there. There's no more roads I need to build, so I'm gonna have the rest of the 3 of them on labor force. Just gathering up the resources needed, because now these places will have the stockpiles needed. And that said, I will put one here. Yeah, that could be a good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna do one there. There we go. And road around it. Okay. Because then I can easily go and deposit the food there and there, and same with this area. There we go. Okay, that'll look nice. There we go, we're getting nice cities and towns all across the board. You can even now see it on the map, it's starting to form. Oh, this feels nice. Starting to actually get it fixed and up and running. And Gloridan has become an adult and is working as a laborer. So 10-year-old physician. I need him to get turn into 9-year-old though, otherwise it's not gonna work. Okay. My reserves of tools is low. Well, not really. I need to be careful about it, but so far it is decent. Okay. Gotta be careful there, but so far so good. And I'm gonna do that. Reserves of tools. No. Well, fair enough, I can make it maybe a bit more expensive. There we go. Okay. Auto save, that's good. Storage barn is going to be created. Yeah, it's going to help since they're now gathering in the resources from this area. And over here. Yeah, so it's going to be good. This is going to do as good. It's going to do very good in the long term. Right now it's a bit slow, but you know, it's good. It's good. All is good in the land of the living. In the land of the dead, no one knows, because, well, the dead, they generally are a little bit quiet. Unless they scream, I don't know. Let me see, come on. Good, good. Yes. Everything seems to be going according to plan. We have the 9-year-old, he's now 9 years old, that's good. Now, where should we have the next house? I have enough people in here to work in this area and spread out, so I'm considering around somewhere around here. Having a new house here could be nice. Cool, a house like that could be cool. There we go. Now we're going down here. Barn is being produced. That's good. It's summer, raining, 31 degrees. Oh, it's lovely weather outside, and they are close to trees, so they can hide in the shade if they want to. Go inside, have some food, and we have now a lot of firewood. You can stop. We are now back with a lot of coats. You can stop. 56 tools. You can stop. Tristanley has become an adult and is working as a Libra. Tristanley. Who's Tristanley? Oh, there we go. Nice. We got more people working. That so we can spread out the workload, which is good. This one is almost completed. So I'm gonna put it down to 2 again, I think. Come on, finish it. There we go. There we go. Now they can get more resources. Stockpile here is, yeah, it's decent. It works. Like, I don't think I need to add more to that. Now I just need to get this stone house up and running, and I should be good. And then I can end the stream on a very happy note to know that a child named Kings was born. We have been giving birth to kings, in plural. So it's like a hive mind. It's just one person with lots of personality. Wait, is there multiple personality disorder? How can I tell that with a 7-year-old child? Damn, Evelta and Ophelia, they are really going at it. Now Charlo and Arving has gotten kids. That's good. Collison is the teacher. Oh, honey, look at the cat. Oh my god. Oh, I need to take image and post it on Twitter later. So yeah, reminding again, if you haven't followed me on Twitter, I could really recommend it. I post stuff there as often as I can, and I try to be active on it and update when I want to stream. So if you want to keep yourself updated, I can recommend going there. Now there we go. We are done, ladies and gentlemen. We have currently started the main production of the main expansion for the future. We are going to then focus on getting up the trading post and keep just getting the kids out of their parents' homes so they can keep having sex and getting kids, feeding the work machine, and increasing our numbers significantly. But with that, I am going to now save the game, make myself some cup of tea, relax a bit, and enjoy my time. So with that said, though, I thank you so much for joining in on the stream here. I hope you have a fantastic evening onwards, and I'll talk to you guys later.